Hello and welcome to Module 3, Chapter 7, in which we will look at capacity building of PLA-MNH group committees. This presentation is split into 5 sections. First, we will go through an outline of what knowledge and skills PLA-MNH group facilitators need to build capacity of group committees. Then we will look at the important characteristics PLA-MNH group committees need to have: attitudes, skills, and knowledge. After that, we will consider what skills and knowledge the committee may need additional help with. Following that, we will cover what to do next after reviewing this presentation, and finally, we will also give you guidance on how to get answers to any questions you might have. We start with responsibilities, knowledge, and skills. As presented previously, group facilitators are critical and central to the success of the PLA-MNH group approach. They are the members of the program implementation team most directly involved in supporting PLA-MNH groups to achieve their objectives. To do this, PLA-MNH group facilitators have 4 key responsibilities: facilitating the group action cycle, reporting on group progress, linking the groups, and building capacity of PLA-MNH group committees. In Chapter 7, we are specifically concerned with building capacities in relation to the 4th responsibility, building capacity of PLA-MNH group committees. There is one knowledge and skill area that is critical for PLA-MNH group facilitators to deliver this responsibility effectively: capacity building skills. What do we mean by capacity building? It can be defined as the process of developing and strengthening the skills, instincts, abilities, processes, and resources that organizations and communities need to survive, adapt, and thrive. To support this process, the PLA-MNH implementing team needs to know what capacities the committees need to perform their role well and how to build that capacity. Let's first remind ourselves what are the characteristics of good PLA-MNH committees, including their attitude, skills, and knowledge. Starting with the structure of PLA-MNH group committees, they are built by a chairlady, a secretary, and a treasurer. The committee members should mainly be women, but it is not a problem if one committee member is male. While the group issues affect women directly, it is very important to include men, and having a male committee member might be an important step towards that. In some communities, the committee may need 2 male members if only men have the necessary numeracy and literary skills to take notes from the meetings and count funds mobilized by the group. This will be fine as long as the group is happy with their selection and all committee members hold the right attitudes, which we'll cover in this presentation. Please remember the chairperson should always be a woman. So let's look at the attitudes committee members should have. First of all, they show a real concern for maternal and newborn health. They are motivated to make a change in their community. They are committed to the community and take on the role because of that and not for personal gain. Finally, they are responsible. The facilitator and the group can count on them. In addition to the attitudes they present, committee members will also need certain skills and knowledge. They won't necessarily have all those skills and knowledge at the start, but they should receive support to develop them. These include MNH knowledge, knowledge of the PLA-MNH cycle, facilitation skills, linking skills, reporting skills. We will now look into the specifics of how capacity of the committees in those areas can be built. Committee members will come with relevant experience and capacities, but sometimes they may need extra support to perform their role. The support will need to be tailored to the program by the PLA-MNH implementation team, and below we outline popular methods that can be used to build capacity. First, we have mentoring and on-the-job training. The facilitator, supervisor, and manager can give tailored tips and one-to-one support to committee members following PLA-MNH group meetings, based on the needs of the specific committee or committee member. Many committee members appreciate the one-to-one support from implementers, and it fits well with the PLA-MNH team existing responsibilities of observing group meetings. Second, we have classroom-based orientation and/or training. If there is a certain capacity most or all committee members might need, it may be efficient to organize a training for them. This works well when you want to build capacity through a standard curriculum, for example, improving committee knowledge of the PLA-MNH cycle. Depending on how many groups are in the project, the scale of these trainings can be quite large. If holding a training is not possible, maybe a half-day orientation will be a good compromise. The third method is peer learning. Very well-performing committee members can be paired with counterpart committee members whose performance is weaker. Two treasurers, for example, as peers, can have very frank discussions about what they are struggling with, and a fellow treasurer can advise them based on their own experience of playing the same function. This method can be very beneficial. However, it likely will require more time and coordination than the other two methods mentioned. The PLA-MNH team will need to think carefully which method is best suited to their project. Let's now turn to see what skills and knowledge each of the committee members might need support with. Let's start with the chair lady. The chair lady will be a person that is respected by the community and feels comfortable managing group members. They may need their capacity built to improve their MNH knowledge, to understand how PLA-MNH meetings work, so they know when and how to support the facilitator, and how to support linking the groups. The treasurer has the day-to-day responsibility for looking after the group's resources. They will need to have some literacy skills and good numeracy skills, but they may also benefit from information on how to best track of resources and report on them. The group supervisor or manager may need to support that specialist skill. In addition, the treasurer may also need their capacity built to improve their MNH knowledge, to understand how PLA-MNH meetings work, so they know how and when to support the facilitator, and how to support linking of the groups. The secretary's main role is to keep track of group developments by reporting on the meetings, progress, and action agreed, so they need to have good literacy skills. The facilitator and supervisor will explain to them how they need to fill in the group register. They may also benefit from tips on how best to capture key points from the meeting in their notes. The supervisor or manager will be able to help with that. In addition, the secretary may also need their capacity built to improve their MNH knowledge, to understand how PLA-MNH meetings work so they know when and how to support the facilitator, and how to support linking groups. Group committees play important volunteer roles helping the group succeed and their sustainability, so it is important to recognize their efforts and to invest in them in a way that works for them and for the project. Now that we've learned about building capacity of group committees, what should you do next? First, we recommend that you update the Module 3 Progress Tracker. Second, we encourage you to do exercise 7.1. If you have any questions about what you have learned in this chapter or the whole module, please feel free to contact us. We can be reached on email or through the phone. You can see our contact details on the screen now. One of the team will be very happy to help. Thank you for participating.